Hey guys, welcome back to CMTEQ channel. This is tutorial number 8 in our series of learning C programming by coding. Now in this tutorial we're going to modify the previous tutorial where we talk about the data type, the integers, double, char and float. The reason why we're going to modify it is because we're going to introduce a new keyword, and that is long. So long is a C keyword. Now what is it? Long is a keyword that can be used with various C data type. For instance, if you use long int, this means this expression will occupy a 4 bytes. Okay, we already know that int from the previous tutorial is equal to 4 bytes. So by using long int, now long is a C keyword that is used alongside the various data type to signify that we want the variable size to be extended in length, hence the name long. For instance, you can see here we already know that a char is equal to 1 byte, so the value in range in decimal is ranged from -128 to 125 or from 0 to 255. Okay, so that is the value range for 1 byte, that's for char. And unsigned char will only be positive, that is from 0 to 255. The signed char 1 byte, okay, and that is going to be for 128 to 127 and so forth. So the int here, you can see the 32,768 both on positive and a negative. Notice that the negative number got a 1 more bit compared to the positive number. You can see a 768 here and a 767 and so forth. And here you can see what a long mean. Long is 8 bytes or 4 bytes for 32 bits. So if you say long int, that means you're going to have a 4 byte. Inside long alone will be 8 bytes of data, and here is the value. This is such a big number that I'm not even going to attempt to read this number. So this is a summary of C data type and sizes that are very crucial when writing engineering program and data science and all of that sort. So you have to understand how they work, all these C various data type. So we're just going to briefly see in this tutorial how an inclusion of the keyword long can change the data size. Okay, now without wasting any further time, let's get coding. So we're going to begin by modifying our program right at the top. We're going to change here and just give it a simple name, int, a variable a, declare as an integer. And then we're going to now declare a variable of type long. And we're going to give it a name as b. We move on. We're now going to declare a double long variable, long, and we're going to give it a name of C. And we move on. We're going to declare a variable double, and we're going to give it a name D. And finally, we're going to declare a variable long double, and we're going to give it a name E. Now to clarify our variable declaration, the int b we already know is a 32 bit, so it's a 4 byte, and a long b is exactly equivalent to long int b. But what is a long? Now a long is equivalent to long int c. So this is exactly the same thing. So long c is equivalent to long int c. So what does this mean? This basically mean we can just include the int here. This will be printing an 8 byte regardless of the machine you are using, whether it's a 64 bit or a 32 bit, because it's a long, it's going to be an 8 byte data type. So that's a variable size that you're going to be allocating in your memory for the variable C. Now a double, we know what is already a double. It's a 8-byte. So that it means then a long double will be basically the double twice. So that will be a 16-byte, I'm assuming. Now let's go ahead and modify our printf so we can confirm those variable declaration. So basically for the first one here, printf the size of int, okay, zu byte. So we just need to replace here with a. Then we are good to go. So we move on to the second one, printf the size of long int %zu byte, and we just replace here with b. So you can see that long int, long b, it's exactly going to be the same thing. The third statement, the size of long int is going to be %zu byte size of C. And the fourth one, the size of double zu byte will be the size of, what's the variable for double? That is D. Okay. And then we're going to make a last statement. Let's just copy this again and paste it here. So the size of long double, so we just need to add a keyword long there, long double %zu byte size of E. So this is it. Now from here, let's just compile this code to make sure it's compiled. Well, there is no error, but there are warnings. Okay, if you want to go into this warning, you will understand the compiler, the IDE, that is code block, will be trying to learn you something there. Okay, but the warnings are not much of a big deal so long as the code compiles. So let's just run this program and see what we get. The size of int, so that will be the first one here. The size of int 4-byte, so that's 4-byte. The size of long int also 4-byte. The size of long int will then be 8-byte. The size of double is 8-byte, and the size of long double will be 16-byte. So that will be it for this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe to CMTEQ channel and stay tuned for more upcoming C programming tutorial. Until next time, cheers.